It's okay.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. This is the night session and the last session for today. I'm excited. Thank you so much for your questions, for tuning in. Again, I'm sorry if I didn't get to celebrate you alongside when I kept saying thank you for tuning in and all of that. There's just a lot of name to catch up with, but just know that we're grateful. Thank you so much for attending this year's JTS Summit. Hi, Christina.
Hi, Esther.
I have an interesting speaker in the studio with me. I'm excited. Christina Belloge is a serial expert, traveler, and an award-nominated digital marketer transitioning into travel profession. Her background is in market research, paid media marketing in several industries, from fashion to retail to e-commerce, luxury fashion, travel, automotive, banking, and then tech. She's from Paris, and she has lived in the UK, Germany, France, and the Netherlands. She's the founder of Melanin Travels Magic, constantly connecting people back to their roots. She's a 3 times award-winning online. She was Melanin Travel Magic is a 3 times award-winning online travel agency for the African Caribbean diaspora. She's traveled to over 50 countries, and she was also a guest speaker at WTM Africa in April 2025. Welcome,
Thank
Christina. Thank you
you.
so much for joining us.
Hi, Esther, and hi, everyone. Thank you very much for receiving me and excited to be the last person to speak.
I mean, I'm excited about your session too because you've lived this, you're doing this, and
Yes.
then you're currently doing this.
So just to say to everyone, yeah, don't be fearful because 2 years ago I was afraid of AI completely. So there's never time to change or to learn. Since then, I've been practicing it. I did some boot camp, and I also did webinar even last week because there's so much I don't know about. I would say I was fearful. I used to give it to my interns to do. Oh, work it out, manage it, test it for me. I was because there's so much talk in the media that AI is going to replace you that um you if you're like, oh, let me do the old fashioned way, you're stuck in your ways. So you need to actually try to test and learn, see which one works for you, learn about the different type also because there's so many that are coming up. It's not about testing all of them, but it's about knowing what's right for your strategy and at which type of your engagement with your clients or leads you will use them.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we're here, we're listening to you. Let's continue.
Okay, just scroll the slide. Sorry.
That's true.
Right. So today outline, actually we can I guess skip about me because Esther did a wonderful presentation. We go straight in the traditional leads and generation funnel, what you've been used to hear and see and practice. Then we go to the different AI suits and categories who exist, and then we will link them back up to the traveler regular journey, and we will leave time for a question and then surprise. Voilà. So we can skip about me. I'm super humble. I think it's been done. So yeah, let's skip. And then we'll go, yeah, directly into the traditional lead and generation conversion funnel. So let's not say in the past, let's say this is the present, how you've been taught to do things to present your offer, whether your website, brochure, blog post, social media, then to capture in order to trigger a transaction, then to get the confirmation and then do the follow up. Actually, AI can intervene at different stage via automation if you do like lead gen and then you do email sequence. But it's another story. Skip, skip. um, Then the free lead gen strategy that most people do, and I'm actually doing as well. I'm in the middle of launching lots of ebooks, because and put them have them be more how do you say relevant to my audience, because I used to do a lot of blogging, and now I'm learning to pivoting and scaling, which is another beast. So usually events like this, webinar, I used to do a lot of webinars towards community to engage, to present the project, and then to have awareness. Ebooks, so I'm launching now. I used to have some, but they're a bit outdated, so we're relaunching them to be destination based, so that it gets more traction or they're more practical. And appointments, yes. How do you say? We have a few free travel consultation. That's the way we convert leads. And I've also learned to qualify them through form before to avoid waste of time. Because those stories, if you say book an appointment, people will book an appointment, but then they don't necessarily want to travel. They ask you lots of questions. So you need to qualify anything you do because your time is valuable. It's a lesson you get over experience. Skip. Sorry. So the final goals that we've been taught and are still relevant is first attract with offers, with freebies, with webinar, then relate, so build a relationship, understand your client needs, and then convert, so generate sales or capture the lead. So AI tools, suits, and categories. So for you, like it used to be for me, AI used to be like that, a tag cloud, confused.com. And I was like, what is this beast? There's so many products coming every day. And which one should I try? So I think initially 2 years ago, I used to have my intern try Jasper for blog content writing, and others were coming on the market, and I said, yeah, just test it. Tell me, will it be okay? Because I was really afraid of this thing. I was, I don't know if I put my data where it will go, if it will be public, who will be accessing it. There was so much noise about this will revolutionize our life, replace our job, but we didn't know which remit, what, when. So next slide will be put a bit of clarity. Sorry. So actually, there's different type of AI. So there's generative; they're the most popular one. If you use ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, so they're the one where you prompt, you ask question, you ask the AI tool to basically solve a task or a problem for you, and they will come with some output, whether it's strategy, whether it's advice, whether it's recommendation, or I use it a lot for content generation, but also for analysis. And I've learned, because I did a workshop on AI for travel, you can use it for forecasting your audience if you launch tour and activities. There's so many use. So it's about you knowing what do you need and then trying and see what works for you. Obviously, there's tool already available everywhere on either prompt library, etc. um, Image tool I'm trying right now, but I'm not the best, so I won't be the best advocate, because it depends for which platform you're using. Some platforms are cracking down on image and video tool like YouTube and Pinterest. They want real content from human, so I will not advise using them for those platforms. But other platforms are still open, as like Facebook, Meta. They will just tag it as AI and allow it. The best use, I would say, which I've learned last week and haven't tried yet, there's something called Avatar. So, like AI voice cloning speech, is if you're fed up to do content yourself, you can create your AI version who would actually be featured in your own video. And you could also use AI to represent you during meetings. So I do that with Otter and Read. Sometimes I can't go to meetings, they take notes for me, and I also have the audio transcribed. So it's perfect, because if it's too early, and I always have a global remit, I'm curious, sometimes I register to meetings in Dubai or Australia or US, it's too late or too early. So the AI take over for me, and then in the morning I check and I can see things. Um, I was trying to use Gamma actually, but it didn't work out, so I went back to old-fashioned Google Doc and Canva to do this presentation. So it works. One which is really important is automation, whether it's Zapier and the likes, and also ManyChat, LinkedIn, Instant DM. to capture and convert through your social media. Because for a while you're like, oh, my content is not working, nobody reply. No, you need to be more sharp. You have clear CTA, and you let AI take over. So you prepare your prompts, your links, and then they, what do you say? Automatically, once the people comment, then they will receive your link. Usually it's best to have a landing page, and then you could capture the email and start the conversation from there. So let's go forward. Let's go forward. Sorry. Skip. So we all learned the traveler journey to be 5 phase: dreaming, planning, booking, experiencing, and sharing. So how AI intervene in each stage, and how can it be useful to you? Next, lady. So the first phase, dreaming and inspiration. When I first started, I was heavy on doing blogs to inspire people and think I need to share content, I need to grow my traffic, da da da. So there's different way to inspire your future audience, future clients. Usually you do social media, brochure, events like travel shows, WordPress blog, and also your website. So, and in fact, they're not bad, but they all use different type of AI to help you to go faster and be more efficient, like image tool or generative AI for text and copy, and video to cut down or edit. Mm. Okay, so decision making and booking. So again, many chat automation for Instagram is great. It makes you save time, it's more efficient. You capture the leads while they're interested in your message. I would say to nurture, email are better. Once you have the emails, you can put them in a funnel of how do you say, email sequence, or 2 3, because I was advised 5 and I feel like it's too much. So 3 step I think is enough to present your service, to thank you, to offer a freebie, or to offer how do you say, a voucher or promo code, so that they can come back to your site and buy one of your services, or book a trip with you. And your website, what I've launched recently are the pop-ups, thanks to MailChimp, and they're a lifesaver, because everyone tells you how make your website work for you. And I'm like, how do I do that? How do I do that? And I launched pop-up, different ones. So some on blogs related to, for example, digital product or freebies, and some are directed to our services. So thanks to that, I captured actually an American client email. Then she filled in the form and she said, yeah, I'm interested, I want you to organize my birthday trip. So, and all this happened at night while I sleep, because by the time she was in California, I'm sleeping. So, so that's where the beauty of digital, that's the career I choose. Digital marketing works, but you need to know each process right, basically, and set them up for you. Next. So experiencing and enjoying, usually you're not involved, let's say, unless you, like me, you check up on your clients quickly. Sometimes they don't want to talk to you anymore. They're like, nah, leave me alone. So I will come back at the end of the trip and ask picture and just say video or testimonial to share. But usually it's the time is their time. They share on social media, or they share with their friends and family on WhatsApp or Snapchat, but they don't really want to hear from you. Next step. Sorry, next slide. So next time is about sharing and reflecting. So that's where you ask them for testimonial, reviews. You ask them if they are okay. Picture, video, you ask them if they're okay to broadcast their children as well. If they're not, then you don't post them. So it's very important. Um, and you can use AI to recraft the messaging if you want to reuse the testimonial, for example, in email or on your website, so that it looks fine. Or if you want to create, or do you say, collateral with it, like either on your brochure, I use Canva to have them properly. Now I do carousel, will look like a postcard. That's my new concept. And I was like, yeah, I saw that for a tourism board. And I'm like, it's actually nice because it's a bit old fashioned, but it's like renewing something which used to be old, and it gives a personal touch. So sometimes you have to think outside of the box. Don't just do reels. Also use the carousel because they sometimes have more reach, and they now we say interactive carousel, so you put caption on them, so people are more inclined to read them and pay attention. Um, and yeah, your website will still be improve the copy, update the testimonial page, put some videos. People are obsessed about videos, but that's how they relate and that's how they see themselves in destination more than writing. That's what I've learned. Next, sorry. So yeah, the free learning point are: define your marketing strategy first, so know which platform you need to address, the content pillars, which type of content you will need to have, whether it's interview, podcast, blog, or social media, brochure. But to be honest, nobody read brochure nowadays. It's a reality. And use automation as much as you can. It's also something I had to learn because I was like, have burnout again. So it's great to have a website, but it's better to have automation on that website, and not be afraid of the CMS because your website is powerful. So it's something I'm really learning with the launching the store. I'm like, wow, that's great. Things happen. I wake up, I have a notification. It's the best feeling on earth. I used to see people saying that and I say, yeah, right. you know, and now I'm like, wow, this is the best feeling on earth. So then it means you just focus on marketing and promotion, which is the biggest, how do you say? Yeah, the biggest driver to make then your website work for you. And you will intervene only when you do have trip planning calls, qualify the leads, understand your customer needs. Yeah, select different tools, test and try is the best. Don't stay stuck on one, because I think I remember I first started with Copilot initially. Then I was on ChatGPT, and now I use a lot ChatGPT and Claude, Canva. Um, they all have different use and they all have different purpose. What I've learned recently, there's even under capacity that I'm using, because apparently I used all the bots, so they're like preset for a certain task, so I don't waste time. I know I need to do my Pinterest, I go on that bot. I have a content repurposer, I go there also, so that when, for example, I've done all my Instagram, I repurpose in Thread and I repurpose in LinkedIn, and then I just focus on scheduling, which is better because it means you reuse one type of content on different platform instead of being stuck and say, "Oh, I have to think of new ideas, new pillars." No, there's usually it's good also when you see the stats, because I reuse the carousel everywhere and I see that they're well accepted, and there's more comments actually on LinkedIn for me than on Instagram, so it's good in a way that you can repurpose. You do education, but you also showcase real life example. And then define your metrics for success. So is it how many leads you need? Because I focus on organic, but you might need to boost everything with paid. It depends. And also there's seasonality. As we know in travel, everything is seasonal. A lot of destinations are not popular throughout the year, so you need to take that into account. It's something I'm learning and I seeing through either Google Analytics or when I'm on social media. Yeah, on Pinterest also, it's very seasonal. So you see it. It's like right now, I see a lot of interest. I'm trending for Africa destination, which is great. I was like, wow, finally this folder is working. This board is working. Because I output so much content on it, and it's because I output lots of bucket lists, for example. And it's something I didn't know before. I thought I only need to push destination per destination or blog post per blog post. And now I'm seeing there's an interest in knowing what should I do on the continent, where should I go in the continent, what should I do once I'm there. And it's the same since I've been heavily going to travel conference, networking, getting to know new partners and seeing current one, and sourcing tours and activities. Um, I share either practical things like packing, uh, visa process or connection. I think the most fear people have is, how do I connect to each country I want to go? Is it expensive? How can I do budget? So each destination's got their own, let's say, problematic that you could answer in your content to attract clients. But for Africa, it's always the same issues. It's like connection, connectivity, pricing, and can I trust the tour operator? So it's always the three problems who come. So I do a lot of education on that, saying that, for example, for American, they can use their loyalty point in hotels and also for flight to reduce the price, which is a big advantage. They also have more direct liaison coming up or being launched in the last 2 years, which reduce prices. So you always have to uh, try to see what are the problems, hurdle that stop them to work with you, and then attract them like that to say, actually guys, this exists, and you have credibility because you've tried it yourself. It's not you read it on Google. So let's say it like that. I think I have a last slide. Yeah, so many thanks for your time and attention. I think I've been quicker than it was due time, so you can ask all the question you want.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. That was a great rundown on content marketing. I think that, I mean, before I go to our Facebook community to find out what questions people have asked us, so we had a session earlier today. It was about how travel and tourism businesses can use AI
Hmm.
without the travelers losing their identity. And the person that took the session is a self-confidence coach. But I wanted
Okay.
to ask you, like, the same question, but from like a content marketing perspective, right? How can travel and tourism brands use AI to like make a content strategy?
Ah, you can. I do know. Because since last week, I'm launching new ebooks. I find the right prompt. And actually, this prompt is very complete. So I ask it to generate a content strategy organic for each ebook over 4 weeks.
Mm.
So basically, for example, it will give me free Reels ideas, free IG story, and then free LinkedIn post, free threads, and two email follow-ups. So I ask for a sequence because once I got the email, I want first to thank them, sorry, and the second is more like intro on who we are, how we can serve them, past testimonial. So you can. It's just you need to know exactly what you need to ask. So something I have in all my prompts or all the bots is you define a role. You don't just go there and say, "What's the weather today, please?" You say, "Act as a," and then you put the role you want them to take. So usually it's content strategies, marketing, or sometimes I say YouTube expert. The same if you have to do a presentation. You could ask them act as the business developer. You want to speak to this person, or sometimes to reframe an email, I say, "Oh, can you politely say to this client, da 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 da," and then I say the problem I have. He will rephrase it, and then I will polish it to make it more personal. So always be very precise in what you ask. Take on a role. The best answer or output is when you ask them to take on a role. So we say, take this role, you work for XXX, and then you say what type of industry you're in. And when you launch something new, for example, what I've learned was we learn prompt, for example, you launch a new tour and you want to know who it will appeal to. So you ask ChatGPT to define your target audience. They can do that as well for you. And I've learned last week, you can even use it to write a speech for you. And you say, write it in the voice of Barack Obama or whatever, or um, Alex Ormonzi, da, 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 da. So you just need to know what you want. If you're not sure, you are put in the resource. You have keywords everywhere. We've got different pre-written speech, not speech, sorry, prompt according to situation. So, for example, they have speech for copywriting, speech for prompt, sorry, for design, prompt by social channel, and then is it for a caption, is it for a script? Because something I didn't do before and I'm learning is to script um, my videos. So meaning when I will do the voiceover, instead of just going with the flow, I ask ChatGPT to tell me, okay, this is the situation, this is my goal, and this is the city I like to use. So it will script. I say, can you script a 20-second for, let's say, this video where I want to launch an ebook about Afro Nation? So it will do like a five-liner that I can use to voice over on the video. So since I think, yeah, last 2 months, I'm listening to ChatGPT more. So, or Claude. And it works because it's more effective, let's say, because it's sharper in the sense you have a direction and a goal. When you have a strategy, you need
Yeah.
execution plan, but you need goals and metrics to see, is it working? Do I get more views? Something I'm noticing as well. Yeah, I'm shadow banned by Instagram, but my TikTok things go, you have more reach. So sometimes you have to be also play around by repurposing and see which platform engage the most, which platform drive the traction for you. Don't stay on one because yeah, everyone say you should be there.
Mm. Amazing. Thank you so much. I have another question. It's
Mhm.
around dreaming and inspiration.
Yeah.
I think that that is like the awareness stage of the customer
Yes.
journey, right?
Yeah.
Where they are asking the who, how, and all of that kind of question. So this tour operator, they're asking how they can create content for this part of the customer journey.
So I would say depends on what you have access to, Instagram, but also YouTube. If you can do shorts or like 1 2 minutes video when you showcase a location, but just not showcase the location, explain what is to be done there. Like, because everyone tell me when I ask advice from other marketers that tell me do a series on IG, do a series on TikTok. Everyone is obsessed about the series, and I'm like, I never had time to do a series, so I always do different theme. But I feel like I'm gonna start to do series because that's the way content creator do it. It engage more, and it means
Mm,
people will come back for more. So yes, do a series. For example, I'm thinking right now is migration for Kenya and Tanzania. So it's the Great Migration. Do something like that on safaris. Not the behind the scene because right now there's lots of controversy and there's kind of overcrowded, let's say. So what I'm planning to do is actually, let's say, to do a series where I present all the parks, not all the parks, but all the countries people can go to, uh, let's say, to counter this message of negativity saying it's overcrowded, it's not nice, the experience is ruined. So it's either you put content to say best time to go to this country or go to this park, or you do content to showcase, if you sell different countries like I do, showcase the fact that they can also go to Botswana, they can also go to Zambia, because I've done the Zambia one. The park are empty. It's nice. You see everything. You see every animal possible. So it's actually nicer, let's say, than being in a queue of 100 vehicle and fighting to see a lion. So you sometimes, if you only sell one country, you need to choose a different angle. But if you sell multi-country, you need to showcase the choice, the fact that your USP is choice. Your USP is according to the time in the year, you can tell them which is the best place where they will enjoy, they will have the best experience. For example, go past the packing list and this thing, yeah, because this is very boring. I tried to do that too. Nobody was downloading. So now I'm no, it's true. So I do think the free book I'm launching is Afro Nation because the diaspora love to go. One is about solo travel in East Africa because I've done it and I also send clients there solo, and they need reassurance because usually it's their first time in Africa. There's things that they heard on the radio, not radio, on TV for years, and they need reassurance that all this is, is bad media, but it's not the reality. And they need also access to basic info like we, which spot are the hot spot, Um, so yeah, I know Zanzibar, but go to Diani, go to Watamu, go to Kenya. Do both, if you can, because those last 2 years we saw a lot both together. Actually, people were interested to see two countries in one go. So sometimes it's about um, balancing in between showcase only try to showcase hidden gem as well. People are obsessed now because they're like, oh, if I do everything like everyone does, then I missed out a bit because I don't know if I will ever come back. So do a mixture in between showcasing the area of the country where this experience is available or the different countries where it's available, or showcase your uniqueness. For example, something I love personally is waterfall chasing. So I love to go um, most of African country, the biggest attraction is ecotourism. So you could do a series about how you're impacting the environment, not how you're contributing. Like behind the scenes, you go on Sunday to collect. I don't want to say to collect rubbish, but I want to say showcase that there's a community behind what you do. I think that's the best way.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Oh wow. It's a minute past your session. And I just wanted to reiterate something about the is it series? I don't know if it's a series now, but I think that there's just something about going live every time on
Yes.
Instagram. I think
So
that it helps
me,
to increase
I
your
don't
reach and
like
all of
live.
that.
I mean, it's not I don't like. I used to do them in the past, but I'm super discreet, so I'm not the best person. I know some people they love to talk all the time. Da, da, da. Me, I haven't done so many because I prefer to do stories when I travel and they follow around and they see where I go, especially when I do farm trip. It's either on my WhatsApp or it's on Melanin IG, and I put a highlight so they can follow for the 1 week or 1 month. Like recently, I've done 5 countries in 3 months, so they could see everything I've been through, even the late night flights. And that's where you're like, I hate this. Why me? Because people always feel like, yeah, it's glamorous to take so many planes. No, it's not.
Yeah, true.
That's not
Oh well,
because
there's the stress there.
yeah, it's
Because
stress
it's not
because
just for vacation, it's
yeah,
finding
it's
out
not
good
just
places for your
a
clients and
nice
all.
picture and being in hotel. It's transferring. The transferring it's taking time. Sometimes you don't have direct flight. Sometimes you are waiting in Dubai or whatever at night and you want to sleep. So that's the reality. But then the output is worth it. The game is worth it. But um yeah, I would say series or not series or live or live, it's up to you. It's because once I remember I had a black American how do you say influencer who proposed me to do live. We did it in Paris. It was wonderful. I let her talk, because I was like, oh, not starstruck but a bit first. And then I was like, she's more at ease with it than me, so I leave her to talk, and she was asking the question and I was replying, but she was such a natural. I was like, wow, okay, cool. Because she told me, yeah, I practice every week. And I was like, yeah, I think it's too much on my schedule because at the time I was still working full time. So I was like, no, no. But yeah, it depends on your personality, I would say. It depends on your personality.
True,
But I've done a lot
true.
of podcasts. I'm more at ease in podcasts, to be honest. So, yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, I am starting some lives. Would have more live sessions in the future on Instagram. I'm not an Instagram person. I've never been, but now that we're doing Zagochas, I think it's just important to just get
You
out
have
there.
to, because yeah, because
Right. True.
Instagram is where the travel community is, so you need to tap into it.
Exactly. True, true.
Mm.
Thank you so much for joining
You're
us today.
welcome,
Thank you
Nikki.
so much, everyone. We've
Thank you,
officially come to
everyone.
the end of the
Yay!
Journey at Self
Thank
Summit
you, everyone.
2025.
That was
I'm
great.
I'm excited and I'm surprised at the same time. This has taken months and months of preparation.
Oh
Thank you
my
for your
God, yeah.
support. Thank you to all the speakers, everyone that purchased tickets, the organizations that just kept reposting, and everyone that tuned in for my 21 days activation. That has to be one of the
Oh,
hardest things I've done. And I'm having another 100 days coming up soon. Oh my gosh. Thank you
okay.
so much for your support. We're 5,000 members stronger now.
Oh
Thank
wow.
you. And I mean, let's see what we can do next year. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Bye,
Take care.
everyone. Yeah.
Bye bye. It
Bye.
was great.